Hello again. We will talk about women once more. I think it's a great idea. But today, or now, we are going to talk about Hera City, a city dedicated to women, of course. With us, I have Marianela Mirpuri, founder of Hera and CEO of Luxor Living Style, and Laleh Hancock. Is that okay? Yes, I did it. I saw your masks with Olá and Obrigada. I thought it was very gentle, very kind.
We are already thinking before we start.
Very kind, thank you so much. So let's talk about Hera. What is Hera?
Okay, thank you very much for having us here today. Well, I have to say it's Hera.
Hera.
Let me tell you who is Hera. Hera was the goddess that defended women in the Greek mythology. So when I started this movement some 20 years ago, because it's not something that I have started yesterday, it has already some 20 years, I decided that I had to have a short but sharp name to define what actually was going to be this movement that would defend the women around the world. And we did a lot throughout the years in many countries. I can name it, especially in India, where we are very strong, and in Europe also, in Portugal, in Brazil, in South America, in Africa. So our action is worldwide. We have a universal message, as universal is the woman in all her principles. So in 2018, it's when we have decided to give a legal body to all this and create an association that is the Hera Association, that represents a new way of female empowerment, and it's meant to all those who work or who want to work for a better world and a better future of humanity. And I will focus today the future of humanity because it's one of our main concerns. We are living odd times in the world, and we have to defend the humanity. Otherwise, and if we don't act very quickly, we will not have a future.
It's urgent.
So it's very important that people realize that more than ever, we have to be very aggressive in passing a message that we have to care for the future of humanity. Right, Laleh? Laleh, she is a Hera advisor and a friend. And she's from the United States. I was very lucky that she was here in Portugal this time, so she can be here with me and talk a little bit about what she's doing throughout the world. For those who don't know, Laleh last year was nominated one of the most influential women in the United States. So she's in the list with Melinda Gates, Oprah Winfrey, and other powerful women. So I'm very proud to have her with us in Hera.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I think I'm one of the luckiest people who got affected by COVID.
Luckiest.
Luckiest.
One of the luckiest.
One of the luckiest. I was in Portugal for a 9-day adventure when the lockdown occurred. And during the time that most people would say is the craziest time, actually opened up for me to look at, I used to travel to a new country every week, and empowering people and really bringing more wellness into the world. And then I realized the magic that actually is here with nature. And looking at a few months down the road, I had the pleasure of meeting Marianela at an event. And when she shared Hera, the story of Hera and what she's actually creating, it was exactly what I've been living for my whole entire life. Not just empowering one body in the world, but humanity, building cities and countries where we get to unite and bring tools and resources to people. And I have to say, her technique, her uniqueness in empowering and working with officials of different countries, I've never experienced before. And I get to work with lots of different influential people in the world. So I'm wondering if she can share a little bit more about her unique style.
Yes, in fact, we are not talking about one city. We are actually talking already about a few cities that we are challenged to build around the world. So we have some countries.
Just the concept. City, when I said city, is just the concept.
Yes. No, because we started with the idea of building one city representative of the future of humanity, and with women leading the mission. This is the main idea. But as we started roadshows, and we started to communicate, and conferences and things like what we are doing today are very important, because this is a way to pass our message, a way to give word to our intent. So when we started this, we didn't know that we were creating somehow an appetizing project for many countries. Yeah. So we started with the government of Morocco, and then in Morocco we went to Panama, and from Panama we went to India, and then we are doing, we cannot build, we went to France also. We have been challenged to do a city in France also. But what we are trying to do, because COVID delayed the purpose of the construction of the city, but in the other hand, our project as a concept grew a lot during the COVID time, because we had the time to create the network that we needed. Yeah. We had the time to do several partnerships and agreements with lots of institutions around the world. We have created a television, Hera Television. We have created a big tool of communication that will lead the women to Hera City. And I want to show, thank you, Laleh. I don't know if the cameras can
I think they can show
this.
it.
So, because we are in a sustainability event, I have to tell you that Hera cities
can you give me, please? I will show it.
Are aligned with all the 17 sustainability goals.
Easier this way.
So, what you see in that big monument, just to give you an idea, I don't know if everyone can see, but that monument is going to be the convention center in Hera City, and at the same time, it's such iconic as it's meant to be the monument in honor of women. We believe that the woman is on top of humanity, because if you educate a woman, you educate a family. So if you educate a family, you are educating humanity. So in the end of the day, we are all working for a future of humanity. So by building a city that represents not only the respect for the woman, that will be the game changer in the world for a better future, but also building a smart green city with the newest technologies that will serve humanity and not challenging humanity, because sometimes technology is not serving the humans. But we will prove that at the same time that we defend the future of humanity, we will create a city that will be the visit card of how people can better live. And this is the moment when we all have to stand for it. Because if we don't, as I said before, if we don't act now, there will be no future. I have to tell you, it's not about Hera, but just profiting that before starting Hera, I already worked a lot in my family foundation, Mirpuri Foundation. That acts also for a better world. And they pass a message through big events, through big actions, especially in sailing. I'm sure everyone heard about the Volvo Ocean Race, yes. And we act a lot around the world with these big events. But in Hera, we do the same in a different way. We do more in a more direct way. We have a more direct speech and we do partnerships. We communicate in a daily basis with all the people. That's why we have created the Hera TV. We are building in Panama. Can you speak about what we are doing in Panama, Laleh? Maybe just to give you the...
Well, it's one of the, I don't even know where to start. It's so beautiful. She's creating a version of Hera City in Panama in the jungle. So there's a nature conference center, but it's in partnership with the land, the trees, the people and the leaders there. And you know, this is what we're talking about when we bring us together for one target, and that is to empower all. It's just amazing the different things that can come. And with this nature is also opening other doors. We're gonna do an event next year, March 20th, called the Earth Summit. And we're doing it at this jungle conference center, the nature center, and it's about bringing leaders from around the world, because it's no longer about talking about the earth, about saving the earth. The earth doesn't require saving. We need to be the leaders that are creating a thriving future for us and the earth. And I'm so excited to be partnering with Hera.
Is this the new level of communication that your Hera is providing?
There are several.
All these.
Yes, it's one of the levels of communication.
Okay.
I would say that, and talking about the biggest tool of communication I told you before, and if I'm seeing that the time, I'm trying to be very quick. But I have to tell a story. We are very strong in India. Maybe people don't know because for most of them, especially here in Portugal, I think we are more known outside than in Portugal. For those who don't know, we have facilitated houses in India for thousands of women. And we have facilitated transportation, free transportation for women in the streets of Mumbai so that they are not raped. And this free transportation is after working times, so that women are protected and they can move carefully. And we started this in India, but we can do anywhere. And because of all these actions, I was in India and was awarded the medal of the city of Mumbai. And it was very important because I have realized how I could take the example of India and try to do something worldwide. And so I started to think about how can I communicate worldwide with all the women? How can I put them all together with the same conscience, with the same purpose of coming and helping other women? Because in the end, the purpose is that women help other women. We have to count, everyone should help everyone. I'm talking now about women because this exact tool of communication is only for women, but we have tools for everyone and for every gender. But this one was meant for women. So I have started to think about the way I could do to make women responsible for other women. So I came out with the idea of creating a perfume. That is the Hera, the Light of Women. The perfume is a bio perfume created by Jean-Charles Sommerard. He is very well known and one of the biggest bio perfumers in the world. And he accepted the challenge to create the perfume that will make the change. So why is this important? Because with this perfume is 100% non-profit. Like everything we do in the association is non-profit. We are an NGO and a non-profit association. So this perfume is going to all the revenues from the sale of the perfume is going to be for actions that will be very well defined and in a very clear way showed in our platform, www.heracity.org. All the revenues is going to be to help women. And besides that, and what is the big message, is that we want to gather women through the same scent. So they will, when they come to Hera City, they will recognize themselves by the smell, that they are Hera women.
That's a wonderful idea.
That's very powerful. That is attracting the attention of everyone in the world. We have been asked to do workshops, symposiums, and conferences about it. So I would consider the Hera perfume is a very strong and powerful tool of communications. Of course, we have others. We are starting a youth movement.
Yes.
Maybe you can speak
Laleh.
about the youth movement.
Yes. You know, when we talk about leaders, it's about every single one of us. And the youth is one of the greatest ways for us to look, not just for today, but the future. And we've partnered with lots of organizations, including Microsoft, and looking at different ways that we'll be able to engage the youth. We have some programs. There's going to be some musical festivals. There's going to be some engagement through different social media means. We have youth leaders that are actually going to be the empowering sources to bring more youth to become leaders. And besides the musical festival, what am I missing? I'm forgetting a few other things. I mean, there's so many things.
We have the marketplace. We have the Hera Fund for technology to help young brains, young talents from all over the world, and help them with startups. We are really, I wanted to start this movement in the UK because I think it was somehow representative of starting a movement in a country that starts so many movements, right?
Yeah.
And now you can ask me, what am I starting in Portugal? What am I doing in Portugal? Yes, I am starting something in Portugal.
That's wonderful, because no one starts anything in Portugal.
Sure,
so that's wonderful.
Sure, we started last year with the City Hall of Cascais.
Yes.
Yes.
Very important thing that is called the Observatory for the Future of Humanity. This observatory is very important because it's going to structure the future Institute of Advanced Studies on the Future of Humanity. That is going to be one of the pillars of Hera City. It's not only the convention, we are going to have education. Because let me tell you, when I start speaking about Hera, not today because we are having an informal conversation, but in all my speeches about Hera, I start saying that if I have to define Hera in 3 words, for me it's education, education, education. It's all about educating. So this observatory is the first step of the future institute that will study in a very serious way the future of humanity as really a discipline, okay? So in this observatory that is going to be in Cascais, it was supposed to be officially open on the 31st of March, and everybody knows why.
What happened? But it will be a reality.
No, it is already a reality because we have a book about the observatory that is on sale in Amazon. It's called The Bird of Liberty, and in this book we already speak about the observatory and what we are going to do, because we are going to gather the masterminds of this world to come together here in Portugal to debate about what is the best future for humanity, and to publish work. We intend and we want to publish work. We don't want this to be only a debate or a conference. Everything that we speak, it's going to be published. That's why the first book already came out. It's The Bird of Liberty, and I'm sorry I didn't bring any, but maybe I should have. But it's the first step of a big thing that we started in Portugal. And we are going on and again, probably, I don't know where, but we are going to start the Hera Wellness Center. Laleh, can you speak about it, please?
Last minute, ladies. Manage it as you want.
One of the greatest things, as you all know, is wellness is required. If anything our world needs right now, it's wellness. But it's the wellness, the oneness of you. So the centers are focused not just what are you eating, but the every aspect, your mind, your body, your business, and your ability of communicating with others through relationship and growing businesses. So this center will be actually one of the hubs in bringing the best practices of wellness in one place, where we'll invite people from other countries to also join us in learning and expanding and bringing those tools all around wherever they are.
So you see, we are in Portugal.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much. Last message, 10 seconds for each of you.
The message I want to give you is that we are here for every woman, for every man, for every people in the world. So if you want to find us, you can
Everyone can join you?
Google www.heracity.org, and you can become an affiliate, and you can hear about us, and you can learn and read about us. And we are always here. We are not stopping. We are giving conferences. We never stopped during COVID. I think I never gave as many conferences as in this
during
period.
this time.
So we are here to talk always about what can be done for a better world.
Laleh.
So join us, please.
Laleh.
What if empowering others means you actually lead as empowering you first? And Hera City looks so different in each country. They're sisters. And it's because each of them, we looked at what was required in that country. So if it excites you or if you'd like to learn more, heracity.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Laleh. Thank you, Marianela. Thank you all. I will be back in a few minutes.